Something about programming is that although rewarding, it tends to be a bit repetitive. For example, in our app, we already saw how to model an API response, build a URL, and parse the response. In the pursuit of working with the YouTube API, we already modeled the response. Now we must complete the next two steps, building the URL and parsing. This will be the main topic of this video. It's good to remember that practice does make perfect. To start, open datafetcher.swift. We need to define our new variables under TMDB API key. Let YouTube search URL equals API config.shared.YouTube search URL. Enter. Let YouTube API key equals API config.shared.YouTube API key. To recap, our end goal is to show the YouTube trailer for each title in the details screen. By using the YouTube API, we can get the trailer video ID and pass that in the YouTube player we made earlier. Now we can create a function to build a URL and parse the data. Scroll all the way down, click after the second to last curly brace, hit enter a couple times. We'll make this its own function since it's a different API. Func fetch video ID parentheses for title :string close parentheses async throws return arrow string. This function takes in a string called title. It also makes a network call and could throw an error, therefore async and throws are needed. The function returns a string at the end. Inside the braces, we need to first unwrap the YouTube URL and key, guard let base search URL equals YouTube search URL, else braces throw network error dot missing config down arrow, enter twice, guard let search API key equals YouTube API key, else braces throw network error dot missing config. The next step is to build our URL. I actually want to show a different way to accomplish this without hard coding like we did in the movie database. Open constants. Right after the closing brace, make some space and scroll down. Enum YouTube URL string :string with braces case trailer equals parentheses trailer case query shortened equals parentheses q case space equals parentheses space case key equals parentheses key. Using enums this way to group related strings helps prevent typos, encourages reusability, and keeps things neat. I wanted to show a better way than just hard coding the values. I used this method in another project and it's been pretty good. It should actually be YouTube URL strings. Going back to datafetcher, under search API key, let trailer search equals title plus YouTube URL strings dot space dot raw value plus YouTube URL strings dot trailer dot raw value. This is one query we'll make to the API. Make some space. Time to finally build our URL. Guard let fetch video URL equals URL parentheses string base search URL dot appending query items URL query items. Press enter. After the first bracket, press enter. Press enter again after the closing bracket. This spaces it out, making it easier to read. We can now add our query items. I'll scroll down a bit first. Add a parentheses after URLQueryItem. Select name and value. For name, YouTube, URL strings, .query shortened, .raw value, tab, trailer search. Right arrow, add a comma to add another query item. Press enter first for better spacing. URLQueryItem, name and value, YouTube, URL strings, .key, .raw value, tab, search API key. We just need to complete the guard let statement. After the closing parentheses, else with braces, throw, network error .url build failed. After we build the URL, add print, fetch, video URL. This will help us check the URL in the console. To help us see this more clearly, I'm going to paste the URL that we just built using Breaking Bad as an example. The first part is our base URL. We then add our first query, represented by the queue and the trailer search string we built. The second query is our API key. I did want to tackle parsing in this video, but I actually think this is a good place to stop for now. Thank you for watching.